Good morning and happy Monday to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you today from beautiful, cloudy San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I am thrilled that we get to meet again on Monday. It's a fantastic day. An old friend said a long time ago, and I heard it. The way people think about Mondays is very important. It's not Monday that sucks. It's your life. So you want to wrap your head around that. Monday doesn't suck. It's just another day. It's your perception of the day that maybe is the problem, and you have the ability to change that. I want to share a phrase with you this morning that goes to the motivation of high achievers. So I'm speaking this morning specifically to high achievers. What is a high achiever? A high achiever is a person who has made a decision and drawn a line in the sand that says, I will not settle. I will not settle. That has made a decision that what is available to them is something they intend to experience. I'm going to begin with a fascinating story I heard one time in the 1800s when an incredibly luxurious cruise liner was in Europe and it was going to be sailing to the United States of America. And the tickets on this particular luxury cruise liner were extremely expensive. And there was an impoverished man who had lived in poverty the majority of his life, who just knew if he could get on this ship and he could come to the United States of America, that he would be able to make something of himself. So he saved and saved and saved as he watched the boat being built. And yet when he went to purchase the tickets, he discovered that there were several levels of tickets available for this particular luxury cruise liner in the 1800s. And he only saved enough to get the cheapest ticket of them all, sleeping on the very, very bottom level of this 12-story luxury cruise liner. And yet it got him on the boat with the ability to go to the United States of America. And he barely had enough to survive. It was going to be a 3-week trip. So with what little money he had left, he gathered as much little pieces of cheese that he could and pieces of bread that he could. And for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, he would eat the bread and cheese, just nibble on the bread and cheese as he imagined this new life available to him in America as he was on this luxury cruise liner. How fortunate he felt that he was able to afford, albeit the cheapest ticket, he was on the boat. And every now and then he would walk up on the upper deck next to the galley hall that was glass windows from one side to the other, and he would look inside at the white tablecloths and the silver settings, and from one end of the cruise ship to the other, all of the service staff in their white tuxedos serving the well-dressed, well-to-do passengers as they would go through the line with delicacies from around the world available. As he was watching this, just what I would give to be able to be at that table. And yet he would go back downstairs and eat his cheese and bread. And on the last day of the trip, when they were going to be pulling into the harbor at New York, he again went to the top and he was observing the line, and it was moving forward with the delicacies from around the world. And a wait staff member came outside and said, "Sir, what are you doing out here? I've noticed you several times observing the line." And he said, I didn't get the ticket that allowed me access to the food. I bought the cheapest ticket. I have the cheapest room on this entire ship. This was all I could afford." And with sadness in his face, the wait staff looked at him and said, "Sir, the price of your ticket included all of this. This luxurious meal, all of this has been included in your ticket for breakfast, lunch, and dinner." But you see, the man didn't know. Do you know When God made a decision to create you, He gave you the ticket. He gave you the ticket. And today, you may feel like that ticket is a low ticket. You may feel like, I'm not entitled to the greater things in this life. It's just not working for me. Things haven't come together. It's just not meant for me. Friend, let me tell you, all the stuff is included in the ticket called life that God has given you. God has given you opportunity. He's given you opportunity to learn, opportunity to grow, opportunity for relationships, opportunity to learn and push past your current circumstances and situations, coming to the revelation that what happened to you is not you. What happened to you does not determine where you are headed and where you are going. The wise words of Zig Ziglar say, if you don't like where you are and what you are, you can change where you are and what you are, because you are where you are and what you are because of what has gone into your mind. If you want to change where you are and what you are, you've got to change what goes into your mind. Who's got to change what goes into your mind? You, and you, and you, and you, sir, and you, ma'am. You have got to change what goes into your mind. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What are the voices and the relationships that you have built around your life that are speaking into your life? Your ticket, whether it's the penthouse or the bottom floor, comes with it all of the opportunity to enjoy the things that are available in this life for you. You just gotta believe it, and you have to do the work. The biggest challenge I see with overachievers as they begin to grow is this: they will love things and use people. Love that, well, I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Well, this is my goal. I gotta have this, I gotta have that, believing that inanimate object made of steel or wood or brick and mortar is going to be something that brings them happiness. And what many discover on this path is that not only does it not bring them happiness, it is a fleeting and momentary thing, because as they look back on their life, they see that they have used people in order to get a thing that they loved, instead of loving people and using the things that you receive. You see, when you love people, you can serve people, you can bless people, you can build them up, you can encourage, motivate, inspire, you can ask great questions to find out what is most important to them, so that you can see if you may be able to impart something to them to help them along the way. When you love people and use things instead of loving things and using people to get them, your heart opens in a more, what's the word I'd like to use this morning? Your heart is more open to receive goodness, to receive grace, to receive mercy, so that you can pour it out. So check your motives today with the goals that you have. Do you love things? Do you have this idea for things and stuff, and you're using people along the way to get it? Or do you love people? And you love people, and as Zig Ziglar says, you can have anything in life you want. That's okay. Have the stuff. You can have anything in life you want if you will help enough other people get what they want. Are you focused on helping others get what they want? Or are you focused on your thing and your stuff, the little metal objects that's shiny and glittery and will make you feel ooh for a minute, and yet then there's no substance to that? So as you grow, as you pursue all of the great things that God has for you, remember the simple principle: you love people and you use things. You don't love things and then end up using people. You end up empty, you end up lonely, you end up broken, and you end up feeling like a fool if you go down the path of chasing things at the expense and the use of people. Yet if you focus on people and you serve and love people, have all the things that you want. Enjoy them. Have them. Don't let them have you. So in closing today, here's what I would like to impart to you. Check your motives today. Check your motives. What is your real goal? What is the real end goal? Do you know that you have the ability to make an impact and a difference in somebody's life today? I'm going to challenge you to be intentional about that. That follow the prompting of your heart, and when you see someone that doesn't have a smile, give them yours. Make a difference. Every little difference you make could be a life or death situation for another person. You never know, because everybody's going through something we don't know about. I pray today you'll check your motives and refocus and recalibrate if you found yourself chasing things and possibly using others rather than just using things that you have and loving others. Have a great Monday, guys.